glad you are back with comedian David Boyle and I'm quitting alcohol. Sydney's off. Sydney has been cancelled. I was all fucking amped, all psyched up to go to fucking Sydney, but there's been some schedule clashes. My open schedule, my completely free open schedule has clashed with some closed schedules, and now I'm just going to go there over Christmas. Fuck it. But we're still going away for a couple of days in Victoria. Wow. I'm so excited. Gonna stay at some rundown shitty motel 4 hours out of Melbourne. I'm so fucking excited. It's already giving me flashbacks from my own childhood. We're going on a holiday, kids. Jump in the car and then 2-hour drive, we're there. This isn't a fucking holiday. And isn't the holiday accommodation meant to be better than your shitty house too? Why does this motel room only have 2 single beds? And why are we staying at a motel with a pool near the beach in the middle of fucking winter? Can you at least pretend we have some money? I hope this isn't you guys pretending we have money, because if it is, things are a lot worse than I thought. And I thought things were pretty bad. The motels we usually stayed at on family holidays, family trips, while our family was together, before it got broken up through scandal after scandal. But the motels we stayed at on family holidays were like, how would you describe them besides 1 star? There would be like a shitty kettle on a fake wooden like Formica tray, and there would be all the coffees and the teas and shit. It would be a place where they had like a minibar fridge in the room, but there was nothing in the minibar fridge. So as kids, the only excitement in these hotel rooms were we got to drink the little milk container things, you know, those little tiny milk fucking things that takes like 14 of them to make a cup of coffee. We usually got to drink a few of them each. Then after we finished them, next time we got bored, we'd just have to start eating satchels of fucking sugar. And that was really it. I think we spent a lot of time in these shitty hotel rooms. I don't think we were going out adventuring very much. My family isn't known for bushwalking. There were no nature hikes, and my parents weren't walking me through the fucking bush, telling me the scientific names of the local flora and fauna. It just wasn't happening. When I think about it, it really does shock me how trailer trash we were. It never even struck me then that we were complete fucking poverty-stricken bogans. My parents back then were like Kenny's parents out of South Park. They were the worst. Here's another example of how trailer trash we were. I used to play T-ball growing up, and a big part of playing T-ball is having the tee, the thing you put the ball on and hit it off. The tee is very important in T-ball. It's in the name. And we didn't have a tee for quite a long time. So as you can imagine, without having a tee, you're not very good at T-ball. So one day, in a moment of unparalleled genius, my dad decides to make a homemade tea out of whatever was laying around. And so this is how he made the homemade tea. He got a cricket stump. For those of you who don't know what cricket is, especially you in the States out there, cricket stumps are the things you try and knock out of the ground with the ball. There's 3 of them. Look up cricket wickets if you're so concerned. Anyway, Dad took 1 cricket stump, and then he took our lawnmower and cut a length of rubber pipe from the exhaust or wherever the fuck it was off the lawnmower. Don't worry, the lawnmower wasn't being used a lot. Nobody was fucking mowing the lawns. So he took this length of cylindrical rubber pipe from the lawnmower, and then he took the cricket stump and he placed the wicket stump into the rubber cylinder about halfway up, and then he hammered a nail through the rubber, through the wicket, out the other end of the rubber. And then, Bob's your uncle, you now have the most poverty-stricken tee in the history of tees. And then all you do is you push the stump into the ground just like it's a wicket anyway. You just push it in, and then you just pop the tennis ball on top of the cylinder. It sits there just like a tee. Yeah, every time you miss the ball, you hit the wicket out of the ground and you had to go chase it and come back and push it back in the ground. But that teaches you accuracy. There were always people coming over to play as well, and I don't remember copying any shit for the stump tee. And at the time, as a kid, I wasn't even embarrassed. I got retroactively embarrassed when I was in my 20s. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck were we? Because we were definitely not what I thought we were in my head. But I do see some similar patterns emerging in my behavior. But it's good, it's character building. Character building is what parents say when they're about to do something completely fucked. But anyway, there's a holiday coming up on Friday, so I'm excited about that. So I should have something to talk about at least. Anyway, I got a little bit distracted there, but don't worry, I haven't forgotten. Hypothetical Mondays. Hypothetical Mondays. I love doing Hypothetical Mondays. I don't regret starting Hypothetical Mondays 32 fucking weeks ago at all. I want to shoot myself in the temple. So I did receive a few hypotheticals this week, but here's the thing. It's Monday, which is also my phone fast Monday. So I can't turn my phone on, and I forgot to write down the hypotheticals, and I'm not turning my phone on. So I have to come up with my own hypothetical this week. So this one really only just came to me before. I was sitting here racking my brain. What hypothetical can I do today? And then my 4-year-old kid came screaming past, yelling some shit, and the baby started crying at the top of her lungs. So I was like, perfect, I've got it. What would I rather? My balls cut off, no anesthetic, or a third kid? That's a tough one. There's a lot of pros to having your balls cut off. There is almost no pros at all in having a third kid. So let's dive into it. Let's first look at some of the pros and cons of getting your balls sliced off with no anesthetic. Pro, you won't have a third kid. You don't have to worry about a third or a fourth or a fifth accidental kid. You don't have to think about that at all. Pro, I can go back to wearing jocks. I don't have to wear briefs anymore. I can just go back to straight jocks. I won't have to worry anymore about my balls hanging out either side of the jocks. Pro, I can sing in a high-pitched voice. I still have half an eye on a singing career, and if I can go up a few octaves, that could help. Another pro is you don't have to worry about sex anymore at all with anyone. Another pro, if I get fat again and get man tits, I can easily just transition into a woman. It'll be a lot easier than trying to lose the weight again. Another pro, that weird cancerous looking mole that I've never had checked on my sack will be gone. That's another pro. It seems like there's no end to the pros of getting your balls cut off with no anesthetic. And I think the only con to that is the pain. But how long is that going to last? Maybe a month? Would you take a month of pain over a lifetime of being fucking annoyed? I know what I would choose. All right, let's look at the pros for a third kid. Let's look at the cons, actually. Like, a con for me is I've already got one of each. What am I going to get? A double up. 2 girls or 2 boys. Fuck that. What am I going to learn there? Unless I get a hermaphrodite, I'm fucking just doing something I've already done. Con, it's another airfare. It's another bed in a shitty hotel. It's another mouth to feed. It's another person you're going to have to pay legal fees for to get out of trouble. No, there's no fucking way I'd have a third kid. Chop my fucking balls off. I might seriously investigate vasectomy. I don't know what it is. I've never really thought about it, but it has been creeping into my mind lately. Anyway, that's it for me tonight. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a fucking share around, hey? And then go to social media and add me. I'm Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And then go to Apple Podcasts and leave me a fucking stunning review so I can show my wife. Otherwise, it just fucking looks like I'm yelling in the bedroom every night. All right, that's it. See you the fuck later.